The invitation sent to Ateez and the owner of the show was hidden since the birthday music video, where we see Ateez return alter egos and Eager. In parallel to the diaries, Ateez also got affected by Sopro around the time they again became the kings. During In Your Fantasy, it is much easier to see Ateez in reality and in the effect of Sopro. Of course, after their passion increased, it is much easier to get caught by Sopro, which even led Hongjun to rip his precious armband. But now, after the release of the Adrenaline music video, I think it was well hidden, the identity of the invitation sender. Because of this, let me first explain the story for the time between In Your Fantasy and Adrenaline. Lucifer, which was a black star in the Strange Mansion event, is the mask hides the identity of this mysterious sender. This was actually a codename for the black hole that Ateez entered with the influence of the Sopro. They thought it was their shining star like the blind describes, while they were in the illusion as we saw in the In Your Fantasy Stories VCRs. So the black hole they entered swallowed them and threw them into another universe. That happens because as many fictional universes and the Einstein-Rosen-Bridge theory claims, in the Ateez universe there are wormholes, and the black holes are the entrance of these points. We have an example of it, the Door of Truth, and possibly the burnt frames in the gallery which we saw both in Cinema Name and Ash. In this new unknown universe, which is probably called Universe E, the current time is almost 4 years before the black hole accidents. They are still living in the past, during the World Series. The first music video we saw after Ateez traveled to this universe was Ash. This universe Ateez tried to stay awake in Strictland without their alter egos, the flames they thought would be there for eternity. After holidays returned to their hearts, only ashes of them left, so they couldn't resist the darkness of Strictland without the lights. That's what exactly happened in our universe as well. Like I mentioned before, when Ateez found their original selves, their guerrilla form appeared with many signs of their powers. Black and White theme was only one of them that also appeared in the Ash music video. In this music video, to show they traveled here, there was the mysterious burnt frames in the background. Like this music video implies, they have power quite similar to the Black Federals that lead them to take their places. The teacher role for this universe is Ateez, which we saw in this music video. Their students are introduced as a new character in the album promotions, Ateez of this E universe. Furthermore, the whole GoldenEye Part 4 album is about this situation. Ghost and On the Road are songs about Ateez of the Universe E, and the NASA is about the moments right after Ateez exited from this wormhole. But at the end, Ateez of E start to accept the whispers and gain their true selves while our Ateez launched to the planets. We see this situation even in the teaser of this album where we saw the train. However, the storm that is not connected to any of these Ateezes is getting closer and wilder. The flip of the story Uyang mentioned is right here. The Black Widows we have known for so long that always try to keep Ateez safe and wake up people of Strictland have changed. To be honest, I already wrote text about this analysis of this music video, where I also followed the obvious clues about these black and fear-wearing Ateez. And it turned out to be a curtain to hide the dark truth. Like I explained in my first video before, Halazio we know from Sopro's legend is most likely Black Widows that always try to hide their identity with masks. We only saw them maskless during I'm the One, The Real and Semi-Name, where they were with Ateez. And their superborn from their breath is getting broken and corrupted in this music video, not only once but twice. If you already read the diaries, you know that Ateez caused the first one when they tried to save their own world. This was the first one because the one causing it was the Uyong from the Space Pirates. The ones called themselves aliens in the NASA just because they traveled here from the another universe. So if the ones in the elevator scene are our Ateez, yes, I will call them not as Ateez from the world A, but our Ateez. And if the ones gain their powers, which is called as Adrenaline, that makes perfect sense if you think about their other names as Passion and Fever, then who is this Ateez in black? To clarify the identity of that Ateez, we need to check the concept photos of the album. There is a total of 3 concept photos. But we have 2 Ateezes that we saw in the music videos since the Ateez of the E is the one in the character teaser. Since I already mentioned the space pirate concept matches quite well with our Ateez that travel in space through wormhole, On the first, odd-looking photos and the one with the fur outfit left. But these two candidates both quite well matches to be the highlights of that universe's 80s. Yet there was a detail that stuck in my mind that led me believe that this 80s in the music video is not the highlights, but the black feathers that I truly have faith in, the fear detail. Because during 7 Names Behind, directly says that this outfit has a significant importance.
지금 벌써 의상 자체랑 머리부터 스펀데요? 우리 어떤
어차피 나오고 나갈 거야.
맞춰보세요. 저희는 어떤 에이티즈일까요? 지금은 어떤 에이티즈일까요?
And since then, it hasn't fully worn a fur outfit as a concept because it's a sign of the black feathers. I'm not talking about only a member or two wearing fur, but as the theme, like the 80s did in the second concept. But then I noticed that the 80s in the first photos has the sign of the halites, the pearls. Now, literally this was the missing point of the music video that they were trying to hide with the lyrics. Because if you place this missing piece, the identity of the masked people and the reason why second soppers start to corrupt from within becomes crystal clear. Also, you sense importance in this music video. If these 80s are the black featheros, the people they dance with obviously becomes black pirates, same as our universe. Since Hongjun doesn't wear his armband that is the symbol of his title captain, it means that he started to change and get corrupted. This explains why Sopra started to get rotten, got black from inside. It didn't get affected by something, an outsider effect, but something because of the black featheros who she created from. If that's the case, it also explains why they hide behind the mask of Lucifer, fallen angel and their star. Because since this Hongjun is the one we see as the owner of the show, this E-universe's black featheros are the ones strict 80s. Even so, in this universe, things we know for sure can be different, like how the guerrilla form of 80s seemed too powerful in this universe. Even Yuno's brother can be alive. But only Yosun of this group seems different. He is not exactly like the one in the concept photos, and stands there as just a spectator. He only watches what's going on, and that makes me think if he is the only one we can trust, since black featheros usually keep an eye on 80s as they progress in their journey. In fact, the change of black featheros can be the reason why Yuno is running away from someone. But the key point is whether the people from black featheros dance with Yuno for only visuals or not. Because I believe Yuno is the only one who saw their true intentions, that he ran away. We see this 80s in the similar stone quarry where I'm the one was happening. Maybe they are trying to create an artifact, waiting a new relic connected to sun, like Yuno just expressed his expectation in the showcase of the Fever Part 2.
왜 태양과 연동된 다른 아이템이 또 등장할 수도 있다.
Wow, son! Yeah, English better.
This is 스포일러가 아니고 정말 추측했습니다.
Wow,
네.
추측스.
Anyway, 꼭 짚고 넘어요.
Also, there will be a solar eclipse on the 17th of February.